Thought I'd start out by going over reviewing some what I call holiday stats, statistics that are out there not only for golf shops but retail in general, and a lot of the things that we're going to cover are ideas outside of golf that we can bring in that big retailers do that we need to be looking at. Even though our golf shops may not be on the size of some of these retailers, their ideas that they have are very useful. So first thing I thought was interesting is that you look at shoppers, and you probably can relate to this. 26% of shoppers, so one out of every four, basically start researching, and prior to Halloween. I know my wife starts much earlier than that, online, looking at what we're going to be getting for our kids. But what that means is that we need to start planning, or you as golf shop managers or owners need to start planning well before that, August probably, and even before that, planning on what you're bringing in, talking to your vendors about, what it is that they have available, maybe some off-price things that can help your profitability. But you need to be brainstorming with your staff, thinking about your marketing plan, get ideas flowing, send an email out to your staff in August, say, hey, we want to get some, bounce some ideas off what we can do. So keep that in mind, as I know you're busy in the holiday, or in August or early September, but you really need to be thinking about what you're going to be doing for the holidays to maximize that. Interesting thing here, brick and mortar traffic is decreasing. So you might see this in your shop, I don't know, but this is, retail sees less people in, but their sales per in-store shopper have increased. So they're doing more with less. Their share of wallet, essentially, is what we call that, is increasing. So every person that walks in that store is spending more money. So they're, how are they doing that? And it's got to be in the promotions. It's in, what they're marketing, what their specials are, whatever that is. But they're focusing more on those individuals. So nothing probably too mind-blowing here, but December 21st and 23rd are the next two biggest shopping days after Black Friday. So target those, circle them on your calendar. Those are days that people are going to be out and about shopping, and you want to try to get them to your golf shop that day on those 2 days. So kind of interesting there, but things that you want to have a plan, right? You want to be thinking about, what am I going to be doing marketing, the product mix that we have, what are the big days, staffing, if 21st and 23rd are big days and you're marketing for that, you got to have your staff ready to handle that. So, and then, Fridays and Saturdays are biggest in-store shopping days. Not anything, surprising there, but again, that's what you need to be circling on your calendar for these big days. Interesting here, 70% of shoppers plan to buy gift cards. So 70% plan to. How many of them do? Don't know, but if you're anything like me, I'm I'm probably more likely to buy a gift card than, and that's probably only going to increase that percentage. But it's just an easy way to give a gift to somebody. So plan for that. Hopefully you have gift cards you have available, wherever that might be. 92% plan to spend more on gift cards this year. So again, that number is increasing. There not only are more people going to be buying gift cards, but they're going to be spending more on gift cards. So that's something to to consider through your marketing and what you're going to have available. No shocker here, men spend more on gift cards. If again, I mentioned there, I was having a conversation with my wife last night, and my first thought is, just send them a gift card. But sometimes obviously that's not as personal as you want it to be, but not a shocker there. But that's something to consider as your members are coming through the shop, and who are you talking to about what? What are you trying to tell Mr. Jones he should get for Mrs. Jones? Just keep these things in mind. So then we're going to talk about some ideas. Again, a lot of these tips I'm calling for holiday retail success are, some of them are from within golf, but some of them are outside of golf. And you can mold these, take these ideas. Hopefully you'll get ideas. And certainly if again, if anybody on this call has something that triggers a thought, please type it in, or has to be unmuted. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking as well. First thing, find out what customers want with a wish list. So this is something I did in the past, and hopefully some of you do this, but it's an easy way to do a lot of things with sales. You're asking your members, what is it that you want? It's just like when you were a kid, you wrote out that wish list for Santa. Get your members to do that for you in your golf shop. And an easy way to do that is through, some of you maybe have seen a video that I did about creating a form for the Titleist custom ball program. Well, same thing. You can create a form very easily on Google Drive, for your holiday wish list, and put this link in an email, send it out to the members, just ask who they are, what's on their wish list. Then you would have access, very easy access, anybody on your staff, you can give access to this spreadsheet that would say, Bill Jones, and here's what's on his wish list. Mrs. Jones comes in the shop, or you can be reaching out to Mrs. Jones saying, hey, Mr. Jones said he wants the new Titleist golf bag we have, or he wants the Peter Millar sweater vest in navy. So whether you do it in your shop, just getting people to fill out something as they walk through, I would kind of call that the old school way, because as not everybody's going to walk through your shop. This gives you the opportunity through your email marketing or anything that comes through the club to get this form, collect that information. Now, leading up to the holidays, what you can market out there to your members. And I think the big thing is that you'll know who they are. You can go to their significant other and say, hey, we know what your husband wants, and we'll have it boxed up for you in the shop. Boom. Great way to increase sales there, and very easy to do. And I'm happy to help anybody, with this. I mean, if you can create a Gmail account, you'll have access to Google Drive. Really, I did this form in about 5 seconds. So easy to do. The other thing, about this wish list or getting personal with people is knowing what their information is, and this leads into the questionnaire you can send out through the GEM software that you have, which we have a lot of our clubs that have done this and gotten great success. So finding out what golf ball they like, what their vendor preference is, and then being able to filter this information. So you cross-reference your wish list with what you have in your inventory with what their sizing information is. You've got a lot of opportunities there to increase sales. And we've had recently, Oak Hill sent this questionnaire out, had a great response, a couple hundred responses within the first couple days. So, it's if anybody's considering this, now would be the time to do it. It's very easy to get your account set up, send this questionnaire out, and gather a lot of valuable information to be able to filter through to your members. So that's kind of the idea from the wish list, and getting, what I would say, getting personal. Plan a marketing campaign and set a calendar. So again, have a plan. This should be done probably in August or September. How often are you going to be marketing? What's your strategy? What's your promotions going to be? Think it all through, and then you can revise it as you go. But if you don't have a plan, you're just going to be waking up one day saying, hey, I should send an email, and it might be too late. You want to try to capture as much as you can, and just having some thought in it is going to be useful. Making comfort a priority in your golf shop, giving your shoppers a reason to stay. You go into the stores around the holidays and it feels nice. You want to hang out. One way you guys can do that is with maybe you have music, mood music, holiday music, hot drinks, coffee, hot chocolate, whatever, or maybe some adult beverages in the shop. Any kind of candles that have scents that give you that feeling of the holidays. That's going to make people feel good hanging out in your shop, and obviously that gives you more of an opportunity to have conversations with them, your staff, to interact with them and help them to a more successful sale. And one idea on that, Brian just sent me, is that to have vanilla, what was that, Brian? Hold on, let me Let me take Brian off there. Brian, what were you saying about the vanilla?
No, I know I'd heard that when people are trying to sell their home, they would say, "Oh, put vanilla extract on the light bulbs," and
Ah,
it'll smell much more homey and inviting.
I like that. Um, good idea there, Brian. Vanilla extract on the lighting. So the last thing would be, look at what you did last year, talk to your staff, what worked, what did they like, what did they hear from the members. It's always, it doesn't mean you're going to necessarily change what you do, but you can learn a lot from the past. And then, but you've got to mix that in with where are we at currently, and all that is in your marketing campaign and your plan for your holiday season. Um, use video in your emails. So, it's really easy to do. I mean, and hopefully some of you do it. I know Nick Muller is on this call. He does a lot with his email marketing, and you can use videos. I mean, imagine this a 10 or 15-second clip of you. One of your staff takes it with your iPad or iPhone. You're standing next to the newest Peter Millar display that's holiday themed. Putting that in an email. This is what people respond to more than text, images, video. It's easy to do. Put it on YouTube, put a link in the email, put an image in the email that they can click onto. It's easy to do, and I think it's very effective. Offer creatively prepackaged gifts. So yeah, I mean, this could be a lot of different things. One thing I know I used to do, and I'd be interested to hear anybody on this call that does other things, but I would put together, like, if I had sweaters in the shop with wovens, I would actually put them together, put them in a box that was like, displayed 4 or 5 boxes out, and you know sized all together. So your suggestive selling there, saying, hey, this sweater goes with this woven. They're right here ready to go. Maybe, and what I did was kind of put like a package price on it. So, if the sweater was $100 and the shirt was $80, I might sell it for, 169 or something, and just put one number in it, which I think is effective as well, is not having, no, not necessarily not having discount prices, but just package prices where it looks like more of a value. And you might, a lot of things like, doing like buy three for X amount of dollars, versus like 25% off. It looks more of a value. To me, I think that sometimes the discounting is more like, yeah, I don't, if I want something that somebody else didn't want at 25% off, but if I can get three for 149, that's a real value. But that's so I would package things like that together, and have them where I could just, the box is there ready to go, boom, Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones is out the door with what they need. And that could be a lot of different things throughout but I think it's the convenience, I mean, as you know, with holiday shopping, it's, you want to be able to offer something that they can get right away, and, they're on their way. Create a charitable campaign. And this is something I think is more and more has a lot of value. One example is the coat drive. Okay, so have a campaign that people bring their old coats in. You're going to take them to wherever. You're going to donate them to Goodwill, but you're getting people into your shop. It makes them feel good. Maybe you give them some kind of an offering. If they do bring a jacket in, maybe they get some kind of promotion on something that you have in the shop. But it endears people to you because you're doing something good. You are doing something good, and it's kind of a win-win for everybody. So something to consider around the holidays. Obviously, that feeling of people have of trying to or wanting to give to other people. That's an easy way to drive traffic to your golf shop. Send personalized holiday greetings. This is leading into Halloween and Thanksgiving. This could be, you want to hit these people so they have you at the front of their mind. That and maybe you make some kind of reference in the cards to what you're doing over the holiday season. But take the time. You probably are not going to do it for every single member, but you might look at the ones that you do the most business with, and send them a personalized greeting card, which I think would go a long way. And obviously this is all service related, service equals sales. So this is what you're trying to provide better service than the guy down the road. You're trying to attract these people to your golf shop. This was, I thought, a cool idea, creating a video of the staff singing a holiday song and sort of make it an annual tradition. You do a different song every year. Again, you're it's probably more fun, humorous than anything, but members will love it. You email that out, they're going to be, they'll be thinking about you guys at the holidays, and I think that's a really cool idea. Again, not hard to do. Somebody with an iPhone, standing, you get yourself and your assistants and have some fun with it. Creating themed gift baskets. I don't know if anybody does this, but I could see this being a very easy thing to do. Again, depending on what the items that you have in there, candles, scents, mix it in with some club specific items. Maybe you have coasters that are club logoed, gift cards that are club logoed, mixed in with, a bottle of wine or, other things, those are really cool. I think sitting in, they look good in your shop, and then they're easy for somebody to grab. And again, you put a nice packaged price onto that. It'll be easy to move those out the door. Promote the convenience of your golf shop versus the mall, and again, use humor. This is something that obviously the crowds of the parking, you're walking in the door, the Salvation Army, bell ringers, you won't necessarily have all that at your shop, and making it easier and more convenient is something I think that the members would like. Creating custom gift lists. So this is that suggestive selling, put together packages for the men, put together packages for the women, put together packages for the juniors, and then you have something very easy to just say, hey, here's an option for X amount or whatever that is. And then, you can market that to those groups specifically. Target out just your women, send them, here's the packages for the men that we have, so there's a lot of ideas you can get, to really pare down and make it more, efficient, I would say. So instead of Black Friday, use club colors. Maybe it's red, green, and white Friday versus the Black Friday. I mean, just kind of making it fun. Highlight your lifestyle products with your marketing. So everybody knows you have golf items. You have golf shoes, you got clubs, you've got putters, golf balls. But what about the items that you have in there that are your lifestyle products? So highlight those. I think that'll hit people and say, hey, there's other things other than just golf. Use these images in your marketing with the different lifestyle products that you have. Carry holiday cards and stamps. So this is, you could sell them. Maybe you offer it if you have a gift. You have a holiday card that you just build into the price or whatever. I think from a service standpoint, it's real nice that you sell a gift, and then here's a card to put with that gift, or here's a card with a stamp. Then you can mail this gift card to somebody. Again, service and convenience for the members. Hold a children's shopping. I think this is probably a home run. Hold a children's shopping day for mom and dad, so where the parents set the limit on the spending. This is, to me, I think could be really cool on a Saturday afternoon, or whatever works in the schedule, that you're saying, hey, the kids come in, they know they've got $20 to spend on mom and dad, and it's a feel-good thing for the parents, for the kids too, and could be a good boost in the revenue there. If you think about the size of your club and how many kids are at each, in your family membership. So kind of a neat thing there. You could also do something like a coloring contest. So maybe the kids draw us a holiday picture, and then the the parents vote on it and see who has, and whoever the winner is gets a certain gift or something. So again, feel good, gets people in your shop. The parents would be there. Chances are you've got an opportunity to sell something to them as well. So now I want to hit on some of the items that were sent in by our GBN members, and this is the idea sharing, some of the the who's doing what, the best practices, certain ideas. So holiday grab bags, and this came from Kedrick Perkins at Jackson Country Club. He says range the pricing between $50 and $200 per bag. So each bag should contain twice the value of merchandise in it for what is charged. $50 bag has $100 of merchandise. Seal the bags, label them as men or ladies merchandise, place them under the tree. Great way to get rid of dead apparel. I like that. The other thing, maybe you would label it with sizing so they know men and what the sizes are, but sort of a great way. I agree with him. I mean, the pricing, obviously you can play with that. So you may not want to give away $100 merchandise for $50, but you might have some things that that you otherwise may not that you may not sell, easy grab bags to move out of the shop. So I think that's a great idea. And this one came from Bobby Jacks at Baton Rouge. The past few years filled the ceiling in the golf shop with balloons that have discounts stuffed in them. After the member completes their shopping, able to pop a balloon and receive, I think is what that was, the discount on their purchase. Typically pick the first 2 Saturdays in December. In addition, to serve Bloody Marys, beer, wine, and soda. Big hit, I'm sure. Keep the beer in the shop during the week. That's a great idea as well. So, yep, I like that. Very good. This one came from Taylor Randall at Congressional. Holiday sale hosted annually on the first weekend of December. That's always a, when do you do that? When do you do your holiday sale? You got to time that one right. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 20% off all apparel and soft goods, 10% off hard goods. Spend over $500, receive 30% off all apparel, 15% off hard goods. That's great. Drive them to a higher sale. I think that's important. Giving some kind of benefit to spending X amount. Whether it's 500 or 1,000, and then stepping up their value as they do that. Saturday and Sunday have a trunk show, vendors to order merchandise guaranteed to arrive by Christmas. Obviously that's important. You want to make sure that they can deliver on it. Have 6-day vendors. They've used Peter Millar, Sun Ice, Brooks Brothers, Mathers, Allen Edmonds, and a local jeweler. I think the local jeweler, really cool idea there. I mean, bring some people outside of golf that that are going to spice it up. Great idea. 12 days of Christmas, I've done this. This is a great one as well. Email marketing, send out our members a new and different sale, featured item every day. Great way to use, for us to balance inventory and target sales product, we need to move. Yep. That's super. 12 days of Christmas is really easy. And I don't know how, Taylor, you guys did it, but we would carry forward the sale, through to whatever date, and then everybody was always, what's today's sale, and they knew that if they, if it was announced that day and they wanted to get it, they'd have to come in and get it that day. So it kind of puts some urgency on it, which is important. You don't want to, not, if you build that urgency into it, it's only going to generate a little more buzz and more sales. And this one came from Dave Schmaltz at Exmoor, who I think Dave's on our call here. Past 2 years, partnered with big event in the clubhouse and brought in a few non-competing vendors. Did a trunk show for holiday delivery. That's perfect. Yep. Huge success. Capture at least 150 people during the event. Small discount. Other things. Weekend in early November. Offer drinks and appetizers. Kick off the holiday sale. I like that. Offer many promotions. Free gift wrapping. Delivery to the member's home. Perfect. Great service there. I mean, that's the type of stuff that's going to put you over the top with them. Send out a few reminders prior to the start of the sale, the remaining credit on their accounts. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that your credit book, know who has what, try to drive them in there to utilize that. Not hard to do probably by reporting out of your POS. Marketing for the Titleist free personalization. Yeah, the Titleist program is just a no-brainer. As you guys know, I'm a big proponent of that and have done well with that. So I think that those are personalized items, and certainly the golf balls are an easy way to do that. So really good stuff there, Dave. I think Brian, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Go
Well, I
ahead.
guess overall, I just wanted to say that really, to have fun with it, it's a different time of the year. Everyone's in a good mood. Everyone's looser. And you guys know your membership, and everyone has Scrooges. But I think overall, it's going to be building goodwill towards not only, the December sales, but also going into 2016. You figure, too, there may be some of those members that really don't step foot in there, but they love Christmas, or they want something to do, or they don't want to go to the mall, and you can get to know a little bit more of your members and hopefully expand who is spending money with you. And just sitting here, I actually talked about when Patrick was talking about comfort and having fun and in a video and things like that. But even if you did something, even for Dave's trunk show or something, have the staff each bake a recipe, whether they get it from mom or the internet or whatever, and say, stop by for Larry's lemon crumb bar surprise,
I like
or whatever,
that.
something like that. Again, making it fun, making it different, and endearing them, as Patrick says, to your
Yeah,
operation and the staff.
I think that's a great point. Having the humor and making it fun. Um, So, right now I'd like to open this up. We're about a half an hour into it, and I want to know if anybody has any ideas or any questions, based on what we've kind of gone over here. And certainly, these are not all the ideas. It was just, some ones that we've done some research on outside of golf, trying to bring that in. But want to, certainly hear if anybody has any ideas or any questions. If there is, you can type it in on the chat. You can, I do have a couple questions here. I'm sorry. Let me see what I've got here. I apologize. I missed these questions as we were going through, but, or comments. Nick Muller says, offer a shirt buyback for charity. $10 to $20 towards new shirt, donate their old ones. Yeah, that's a great program. He says he's going to try to do it next month. We did this. I did this at one point, and I think we had a great response from it. Bring in your old shirts, give them something towards a new shirt. Great way to move product. Bobby says that only Nick Muller would probably sing a song to his members. I don't want to hear that, but yeah. And then Gabe, I want to go back to the slide that you were looking for. Can you just here? Let me Gabe, can you hear me? Gabe, are you there? Let's see. What's slide were you? What was on that slide? If you can, I'll go back a little bit here, but might have been early on. Gabe was looking for something on one of our slides here. Nope. Okay. So the creating a video for staff. Okay. Any question there I can answer for you, Gabe, or did you just want to see what was on this? So waiting for his question to come in. Anybody else have holiday wrapping ideas? Okay, gotcha. Anybody else on the call here want to interject with anything? Because I'd love to hear some of the ideas. I think we've come up with some good ones here, and hopefully you all can take. And this is one thing that we'd like to know if any of these things actually work. What does work? Obviously, we'll be doing this again next year, but if something in this presentation brings some value to you, we want to know that to say, hey, this does work. And Todd had a question here. How do you balance holiday sale pricing when you have a lot of credit that has to be used by the end of the season? That's a good question. I mean, obviously that is a balance. So, I mean, other people are going to have different views on whether they want to just let that credit expire or whether they, want to have it used up. I don't know what the answer to that is, Todd. But certainly we'd love to hear from anybody else in the audience here that has any experience with their their pricing, with credit. I mean, do you do different pricing if you're using credit? I don't know. That'd be probably a tough thing, but might just be something that you've got to build into your margins when you're thinking about your overall for the year, is that, hey, we're going to have a certain amount of sales. Look at your history and see what's been done. If you can, go back into your POS and see what's been done, with that. Nick says he reminds his members in personal emails about their credit totals. Tell them to spend it by the end of the year. Some don't remember how much they have. So yeah, with that, Nick, do you keep people informed how much they have? Be curious to know if anybody does that. Keeps the members up to date. And obviously, a lot of times now, I think they probably have access to it with Jonas or whatever. They can see that on their bill, or they can log in. I mean, that might already be available to them. So very good. And just so everybody knows, we're recording this. It's going to be on our website. I'll email the link to this video if anybody wants to go back and look at it. But certainly, if there's any ideas that come out of this afterwards, we want to hear about them. Share them with everybody, and make sure that we're doing the best we can for the holidays. But any other questions before we sign off here? I want to make sure I haven't missed anybody's input here. Well, thank you all for being on the call. Again, please follow up with me if you have any questions or comments, and we'll see you next time. We've got some good roundtables coming up. We're going to talk about using the video and email. We're going to talk about different things using these forms, talk about interactive resumes. I've got a webinar coming up about that. So stay tuned for those, and we'll look forward to seeing you all there. But appreciate everybody's time, and look forward to seeing everybody soon.